A very good evening to you, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the channel. It is it is actually 1800 hours, 2000 hours, 2100 hours of local time. I've messed up the times this time. My apologies. How are you guys doing? Hello, Dougal. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Hello, TC Ryan. Welcome aboard. Yes, we are today going to be doing a first look of the JustFlight PA-28 Archer TX LX for X-Plane 12. I've had this aircraft for a while, courtesy of JustFlight. They provided me with a copy here to showcase, and unfortunately I had some issues on my side, and it rendered me unable to load the aircraft. I figured out what was the issue and solved it, and we are all good to go. So this aircraft is in collaboration with Thranda. Of course, Thranda is known for developing general aviation aircraft. They have many with the DGS series, which bring dynamic generation system. And we are today going to be conducting a first look of this beautiful general aviation aircraft today, and we're going to be doing so through a short flight from Salzburg to Linz Airport in Austria. So as usual, we're going to begin with the 3D modeling and the texturing, and of course Thranda is probably involved in the texturing and modeling of this aircraft, which looks like a very authentic representation of the Piper 28. Lovely texturing on the exterior model, quite detailed. You can see the high resolution textures there on the wings, the rivets, the screws, the bolts, everything looking very sharp and very nice indeed. And of course, JustFlight and Thranda are known for creating very high fidelity models. They're both inside and outside, as you can see here on this model. Again, you can see the markings on the wings there. Very beautifully modeled aircraft. Let me hop into the cockpit and show you the beautiful cockpit here as well. Very, very nicely detailed cockpit with very nice texturing there across the board. As you can see here, beautiful Garmin devices, custom Garmin devices for the G1000 there for the for this Piper 28 Archer. Nice aircraft overall. Even the passenger area here is very nicely modeled, as you can see here. Very sharp textures, high resolution, very, very nice general aviation aircraft there. You can see the belts there in the back, and we can also see, let me just bring this up here, so you can see the switches and the nice sounds as well, F-mod sounds across the board. Very nice GA aircraft, very capable aircraft as well. And of course, the aircraft has the regular treatment by JustFlight, which is their EFB or electronic flight bag. Let me just zoom in here real quick. There you go. Let me go back. And you have a series of options here, which is standard kind of now on the JustFlight aircraft. The aircraft options, the weight and balance, the instrument options. You have the ability to turn on the G1000 autopilot on and off. So if you want to fly this aircraft old school without an autopilot, you can, which is something I really like and appreciate. For this flight, we are going to turn it on, and the minute you turn it on, you'll see that we have the autopilot buttons here, as you can see, and if you turn it off, you can fly it without the autopilot. Also, you have the engine configuration here, so if you have an imbalance, you can fix that. This aircraft also simulates spark plug fouling and vapor lock, so if you flood the engines, you are going to get a vapor lock, and if you don't manage your mixture properly, you're going to foul your spark plugs. So a little bit of realism there for you. Static liveries, you can select the liveries on the fly there, which is very cool. The configuration, engine running or cold and dark, auto fuel switching, because I always forget. And then also there is something that comes now standard with all the JustFlight and Thranda aircraft, which is the Dynafuel intensity. As you can see, the pitch, the roll, so you can customize this to your liking. If you feel that something's a little too touchy, you can adjust it without having to modify the response curves on the on the X-Plane settings. So very, very nice features. You've got a logbook here. This opens the default X-Plane logbook. As you can see, I have a lot of flights there. And then you've got the checklist, which we will be using today throughout our flights. You've got the ground handling as well, which pops up the ground handling of X-Plane. And then, of course, you have the dynamic liveries, so you can change to whatever color you like, to whatever call sign you like. And you can customize this really granular details on customizations there. The hood, the roof, the bottom, the registration number, coloring, anything you like. You can pretty much sub the flight computer, standard on all JustFlight aircraft. And we have also AviTab integration. So it's now saying loading the data. We're not going to worry about that. You can pop this out if you want, but we're just going to go to the main page. It's got also the Aspen Avionics Evolution device here, which simulates pretty much the real device. Works really, really well. And we're going to take a look at that as well during our short hop today from Salzburg to Linz. Here is our flight today, Navigraph charts. There is, by the way, something very special that I want to show you. And if you are a member of the Q8 Pilot channel, you will have the chance to have a first look at something very exciting that I have developed for the flight sim community, which I will show you a little later during our flight today. So, no, this aircraft does not have steam gauges, unfortunately. It only has the G1000 device. So we have Starship 1944. Greetings from Montana. Love JustFlight aircraft. Wish I could stay on, but off to the doctor. Well, my friend, I wish you well, and please stay safe and well and healthy. Hello, Simbriviloquent. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us this evening. All right, so this is our flight today. We are going to be departing Salzburg through the en-route to Sierra departure, runway 33, arriving a little later to Linz Airport in Austria, runway 8, through the Linz 2 Kilo arrival through the Linz transition. Our cruise altitude today is 5,000 feet. And by the way, guys, we are using map enhancement today for the flight. Let me just very quickly zoom out here and show you I'm using the Apple Maps today for Europe. And of course, you can see, again, we've got all the European houses here, and that's because I'm using Sim Heaven. Okay, that out of the way. Let's get started here with the aircraft. We're going to pop the electronic flight bag here to follow the checklist. We're going to skip the pre-flight and we're going to go to the before start. We're going to go brakes are set, which they are. And then the circuit breakers, by the way, all your circuit breakers are modeled here. So as you can see here, they should be all in. So we're just going to take a quick look here, make sure that all the circuit breakers are in, which they are. The alternate air is off. Okay, let me remove here everything so we can see things clearly, which it is. And the avionics master is off, which is, by the way, located up here, right there. That's the avionics master. And the fuel selector is on the desired tank. So we're going to go to first, actually, let me go to weight and balance real quick. And we're going to add a little bit more fuel to the aircraft. So about 106 on each 106 gallons, I believe that is on both sides. So we'll put the units in kilograms. All right, I think that's more than enough for our short hop. And we're going to go here and fuel selector is selected, left tank. Emergency battery, we need to arm that. So that's the emergency battery. It is now armed. Verify that the PFD and Aspen EFD 1000 illuminate, which they do. As you can see, very, very nice devices here. And by the way, you've got the synthetic vision here as well. So that is done. and then engine start. Okay, so caution if positive oil pressure not indicated within 30 seconds, stop the engine. Throttle is 1/4 of an inch open, so let's do that, but right there. And then the alternator switch is on. So we're gonna come here, that's alternator. I don't know why it starts before the battery. Battery switch on, so we turn that. The left magneto switch is on, and then we turn on the fuel pump. So fuel pump is on, mixture full rich. And then the propeller is, we're just gonna open into here, clear prop. And then we can start the engine. So the starter engage right here. Yeah, very nice sounds. And if the engine doesn't start, wait 10 seconds, prime and repeat. So we are done with the starting the engine. When the engine starts, right magneto on, throttle adjust to about 1200 RPM. So let me click here real quick. And we need to bring down the RPM here a little bit. Right there is fine. And then we want to make sure that the oil pressure is good, which is right here, and that is good. Oil temperature is good. Everything here indicating green, and we are good here. So, okay, we're done with that. Done. All right, so the next one is taxi. We'll leave that for a minute here and go to our X-Plane G1000 device here, our Garmin device. And we're going to click on flight plan. We are currently at Salzburg. Click here, go to the next waypoint, and we're going to bring up Navigraph charts, and we are going to click here, view sim brief. A very good morning to you, David. How are you doing, my friend? It is a very nice aircraft. Yes, it is. So good morning from hot Southern California. Go Bulldogs. Yeah, I am safe, my friend. Things are much quieter today, thank God, and hopefully stays that way. All right, so we are departing runway 33 through the in-room to Sierra. So let me actually go ahead and select the procedures. So we're going to select the departure. So the in-room 2S to in-room 2S, that's the one, enter. And we're going to load that. It automatically selected runway 33. And the next waypoint is going to be the lens transition. So, which is, I believe, a VOR station direct to lens. So we're going to go ahead and click here, and then L or Lima November, Zulu. Lima November Zulu. There we go, and we entered that. Perfect. And after Linz, it is actually the arrival into Linz Airport, which is Lima India. Lima Oscar, Whiskey, Lima. And that's Whiskey, and then Lima. There we go. Linz. And we entered that. Enter, and now it's loaded. Perfect. Short flight today, and we're going to select now the procedure here. So we're going to first select the arrival, and we're going to click enter, and the arrival is for the Linz 2 Kilo. That's the one here, Linz 2 Kilo, and enter that. And then we're going to select the approach. So we're going to click here and select the approach. Enter that, and the approach is the VDM08. We could use Linz 2, we could use Linz. Let's take a quick look here at our charts for 08. So we're going to go to approach, and we're going to select, let's take a quick look here. So that is the airport. This is the Linz transition, so we're going to arrive just at the that's, let's see, and that's runway 08, So we're going to select the, let's see, transition. Enter that. And then enter and load. Okay. All is set now and we are ready to go. So the flight plan is in. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set our altitude. So we're going to bring this to the side here. And the altitude is 5,000 feet, as you can see. Let me get rid of this here. All right. So pitot heat needs to go on. And the next thing we need to do, we need to switch this to, let me come down here. And if you go to, what is the warning here? Right, we have no warnings. All right, let's go to PFD and then the alt unit and select hectopascal for Europe. And now we can grab the altimeter. So if we go to the weather, it's 1010. And we can now click here once to change this to 1010. There we go. That is now set. And everything's good. We have everything. The GPS is set. Everything is set here. And we can go back. And we can go back one more time. We're going to go to the transponder. And I believe, I'm not sure if it's, or VFR. Well, we're flying IFR in Europe, so we'll keep it there. And then we'll put, well, I'll put alt reporting because I don't want to forget that, which I normally do. Wycliffe Barrett, hello, good afternoon, my friend. How are you doing? Glad you and, or all safe and well. Your voice a little quiet. I have you turned up. Oh, really? Is it? All right. Well, I can turn that up here, and I can turn it up here as well. I am feeling a bit low today. Maybe that's why. Okay, so everything is set up here, and the devices are good to go, and we have, all right, so we're going to go to the taxi checklist. All right, if it gets too loud in the cockpit, let me know, and I can bring up the sounds down a little bit in the cockpit so you guys can hear me better. And I've also increased the gain on my mic. That's better. Okay, perfect. Okay, so everything is good. Let's bring back our taxi. So avionics master is on. Taxi area is clear. Release parking brake, throttles, brakes, and steering. All right, so we can check all of that. And let's head over to runway 33 for departure. Okay, so parking brake released and off we go. All right, clear here, clear there, and let's go ahead and make the turn and head over to the runway. Very, very nice texturing on this aircraft. Look, I think you can see it much better now. Here, look at those panels. The panel work is really something else. Very, very nice. All right, so where do we want to go? Left or right? Let's bring up Navigraph charts real quick. And we're going to remove the plan here. No, we don't want, let's bring up the aircraft. All right, so let's take a look. So runway 33 is to our right. Okay, perfect. So we'll take taxiway Lima all the way to 33. Very nice aircraft, really. I really like the JustFlight aircraft. They're just really outstanding. If you're really looking for a general aviation aircraft, this aircraft will definitely be a lot of fun for you, and it really does feel very, very good. Hand flying it is very nice, and it really has that, you know, GA feel at takeoff. Very nice aircraft. I've also tested the stall behavior of the aircraft, having lived through a real stall back in 2023 when I flew with Scott Humphreys in Texas. A wonderful experience, really, flying in the Bonanza. You know, I really got to feel what a stall really feels like. And if you've gone to, you know, those amusement parks and you've done a free fall ride, that's exactly how it feels when a real stall happens. It feels like a free fall. Here's our lovely aircraft here. Very, very nice looking aircraft. Very nice IFMOD sounds as well. Right, let's take a look here. Let's see. We don't have... Yeah, we'll turn these lights on. Why not? There's no taxi lights, it's just the landing lights. I suppose that you actually turn them on. Maybe not the strobes, but the landing lights. Okay. Okay, so we have everything set here at 5,000, and yeah, I'll show you some good things once we're airborne. JustFlight have always been good for GA aircraft, and by the way, for you know, for other than for their BAE 146 is excellent. It is underrated, both in X-Plane and in Microsoft Flight Sim, but it is really a wonderful, wonderful aircraft. I don't think that JustFlight has ever developed anything that was not, you know, top-notch. They really take their time. They really have very strong quality assurance. And by the way, the black square Caravan for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is going to release on the 17th of March. I do have access to the aircraft. I have some issues with it. I'm not able to turn on the EFV for some reason. And let me tell you guys, it is just as good as any other black square aircraft. Just really, really good. They make very good aircraft. They do. They do. I flew with the late Bob Sidwick a few times. Ooh, how cool is that? He did a stall, and wow, it really is an experience as well. High angle climbing turn. Yeah. All right. So we're coming up here to the flight now. For the Piper 28, the flaps are up for departure. So we're not going to need any flaps. We do have a very long runway for a small aircraft, so no problems there. And we're just lined up with the runway here, and we're going to go to the ground check. We're good with that. Before takeoff, battery master on, alternator switch is on, flight instruments are checked, fuel selector is on the fullest tank. So let me just... All right. And then traps, flaps, controls, free, doors. All right, so we're good here. And normal technique, flaps are up, trims are set, full power, accelerator to 60 knots, and then back pressure on the yoke to lift off. All right, we're ready to go, folks, and let's go ahead and give it full power. Very nice runway textures here in X-Plane. Very nice feel to the aircraft. 60 knots, a little back pressure of the yoke, and liftoff. Very, very nice indeed. Nice displays as well. I really like the synthetic vision. We're going to keep runway heading until we pass the runway. The aircraft feels really nice, handles very, very well. And X-Plane is looking great. Yeah. Incidentally, I tried X-Plane 12.4.1. It works very, very well, but it's highly unstable. So one of the plugins that kept crashing it was XATC Chatter. So I decided to revert back to 12.4.0 today for the flight because I was getting a lot of erratic behavior from the first beta for 12.4.1. So we're doing well here. We continue our climb. And here comes the turn, so let's begin the turn. handling of this aircraft, hand flying it is a real joy, guys. All right, so we are looking good here, and now we can fly straight. Look at the panel work, really nice. Let me bring this here so you guys can hear me a little better. All right, so at this point, what we can do is we can come here and turn on the flight director. We go to autopilot and we go to nav. There we go, and that will take care of that for us. We can go for, let's see, what is the current, well, we're climbing at about 600 feet per minute. That's okay. We already have everything here. Yeah, so it's a very short flight today, so we should level off at 5,000 feet, and that gives us a chance to go to the checklist here. So we are good there. Climb, so best rate flaps up, best angle 64 knots, fuel pump off. So fuel pump is off, and we are good there. Okay, perfect. About 1,400 to go. Getting some streaming compression artifacts this end, but mostly looks very good. Really, I'm actually watching the stream with you guys. I'm not getting any issues whatsoever on my side. I'm still waiting for SimHeaven Pro. Hope it won't be much longer. Hopefully not. Explain physics for GA is especially good. Yes, Dougal. And that's, as a matter of fact, anything that has a prop, whether it's a prop aircraft, a helicopter, that's where blade element theory really shines. And this is where X-Plane really shines. And the reason for this is that that's what blade element theory is all about. It's about really breaking the propeller to its smallest component and then simulating each and every part. And this is the reason why it is far more accurate than any table lookup methodology. And for this reason, when you fly GA in X-Plane, it is far more realistic than flying GA in Microsoft Flight Sim or Prepared or any other sim. It's really one of a kind. Works very well. Okay. So we are going to increase the range here a little bit so we can see our flight path. There we go. There, actually, it's not very long before we arrive into our destination at Linz Airport. We are now at almost at 5,000 feet. All right, looking good here. This is the 5,000 mark. Looks like there is no alt select, so we're just going to click here, and there we go. And the aircraft will accelerate here, so we are going to ease off on the power, and we're going to maintain about 110 knots for the remainder of the flight. We should stabilize at 5,000. We'll bring back the throttle. There we go. Okay, so here we are at 5,000 feet. Everything is looking good. And here's a look at the outside. Very nice. Okay, so we are at 5,000 feet and we are on our way to Linz Airport. So that's Linz right there. So not very far. We're not very far right now from the airport. Let me take a quick look here at Navigraph charts. Okay. So if we look here, we're about 39 nautical miles here, and then we are going to fly into Linz. From Linz, we fly into Petten, and then from Petten, we have runway 8 right here. So maybe we'll just, after Linz, we'll just do, it's a VFR condition, so maybe we'll just disconnect and hand fly the aircraft, because hand flying the aircraft is real joy. So so we'll do that once we are closer to our destination. For the time being, we'll keep it where it is. And there is something I want to show you guys that I have been working on for a very long time. There is no gear for it's not a retractable gear Wycliffe for this aircraft. It's a fixed gear. It's a fixed gear for this aircraft. So I had a chat with MSFS user who tried to convince me that lookup tables is the only way to replicate accurate flight model. Of course, he had never tried X-Plane. Yeah. There is a lot of... I've actually wrote an article on blade element theory on the q8pilot.com website. So, guys, I've been working on something for quite some time. It has taken a lot of effort from me to get it to where it is. And you guys, as my favorite of all time, my community, you get to see the very first look at FS Monitor. And let me show you FS Monitor. So this here on the screen, let me make it bigger so you guys can see it better. So this is FS Monitor, and what this is a something like the World. It was inspired by the World Monitor app, and what it is a news aggregator with breaking flight simulation news that brings you up to the minute live feed of all reliable resources from around the flight sim community, so that you don't have to go to multiple websites to get news. As soon as anything is posted on the MSFS forums, on FS Elite, Threshold, SimFlight, FlightSimTO, Xplane.com, Xplane Developer, Xplane Update, Stormbirds, and Reddit posts is going to be brought here into FS Monitor. You can see here, it's right now, this is kind of a beta site right now, but you can see there's a breaking news here, and you've got, you know, your simulators, so you can filter by simulator here. You've got your categories. All of this is working, by the way. There are a few things I'm working on, and what happens in the background, once I will do a full video on this and show you what this is, or how it works. But essentially what this does, there is a job that runs in the background every 30 minutes on the database that powers this website. And it actually goes and fetches the data from about 20 to 30 resources across the web. And then what it does, it actually, I have built an AI model that will score the importance to the community, how important this specific news item is, before it is then published here on the website. You can see here, if we go to aircraft, you get all the aircraft. So we've got JustFlight publishes new A300 development update. You've got JustFlight announces 152 Cessna 152, the Airsoft Tools release, Airbus Pro for Microsoft Flight Sim, and then you've got, you know, multiple news here. And I've done this to so that, you know, older articles get, you know, archived so that you don't see them. So this is going to be your source for the most up-to-date information about anything related to flight sim, whether it's scenery, whether it's hardware. There's nothing in hardware yet, in plugins, reviews across the web, updates. So anything that is an update, it doesn't really qualify as breaking news or major news, so it actually goes into the update section. And then you've got the community, which has you know, anything from like X-Plane forums, from the MSFS forums, all in one place. And what's really cool about this app, I have designed it so that these are all news from, so the site actually does not have any news itself. All of this is being aggregated for you guys. So actually what happens is normally what you see, if you click on any link on the site, it actually goes to that particular website. But what I've done for you guys here is I've allowed you to be able to read a little bit. So if you click, you're going to actually get, if the information is available, you can actually see it here on the site before you click on read full article. Obviously, this is something on the Flight Sim TO, so if you click here, it would go to that website. And so this is FS Monitor. I've been working on this for quite some time to get it to where it is today, and the release is going to be very soon. I still don't have a firm date on the release, but hopefully very soon. And once it's live, all the members of the channel will have first look. You guys will be able to see everything firsthand before anyone else. Let's see. Okay, so we have here. So what we can do, folks, is we can come here now to procedures, and we can say activate approach. We're going to hit enter, and that is going to take us to the, okay, so we're good here. We just need the platform altitude. So what do you guys think? What do you think of this? What do you think of this app? I really am hoping to bring something to the community. Oh, and by the way, something very, very important for you guys to know. So a lot of the sites, a lot of the news sites today use Google Ads to display ads. I am not going to do that. I have specifically built the strategy around this app not to have ads. I know that ads are a good thing to generate income, and I do plan on generating income from this site, from this app, but it's not going to be from you guys. So I don't want anyone in this community to have to look at an ad, because when you come to this site, you're coming to this site for flight simulation news. You're not coming here to look at ads, okay? Now I understand a lot of the sites, the news sites for flight sim have ads today, and that's something I've decided that it's not going to be part of the monetization for this app. I am thinking of other ways to make some income out of this, and this is part of my retirement plan. But I really do hope that it brings, that it brings usefulness. It brings something new to the community, something you can rely on for news. In fact, when I was actually working with doing some testing and looking at some of the cron jobs that are running in the background, I actually learned about 12.4.1 beta release from my own FS Monitor. That's how I knew that X-Plane released the beta. And that's actually, this site was inspired, the look and feel was inspired by the World Monitor app, but it actually came to solve a problem that I had. I have been, out of touch from, the news. I'm unable to get the news, and I'm always like, I hear from you guys for the most part. Yeah, it is JustFlight, yes. I normally hear from you guys, what's the news here, what's the news there, what's happening. And I felt, look, yeah, I have to be on top of my game, and I need to understand, what's happening in the flight sim world. And so, again, it solves a problem for me. So I started this as a very simple app that just gave me news. And then I said, you know what? This is useful for me because it solves a problem for me. It must also solve, maybe there's a lot of people just like me who are lagging behind. They don't want to go to 100 million sites to get the news. So this might be useful for the community, and that's how I decided to do it. Hello, Q8. Lovely work on the FS Monitor. Congrats. Thank you very much, Captain Iceman. Appreciate it, my friend. Hello from Baton Rouge. Is it Baton Rouge? Hope all is well, my friend. Mike, how are you doing? I hope you are well, my friend. Good sites get ruined by lots of ads popping up everywhere. Yeah, exactly. We'll save a tremendous time. I'm glad. Looks really cool. Thank you very much, Google. Appreciate it. I really hope that it will be something useful for you guys. And I am right now going to start our descent to 4,000 feet. So let's go ahead and come here to our altitude. And we are going to go to 4,000. We are going to go to flight change. There we go. Flight change. And it should start. Well, if it doesn't want to. Right, doesn't look like it's going to work. So let's go to VS. And let's see here. Pitch down. Right, about 400 feet per minute is sufficient. We don't really need to go crazy. It's just 1,000 feet, so we'll be able to clear that easily. Okay, so if we look here, this is the vector to final, and we should be arriving into lens very soon. Things are looking great, and the sim is looking fantastic. Look at the lights, guys. Just really outstanding. Very, very nice. Really lovely aircraft. And by the way, you'll see that the switching happens automatically here. So we started with the left tank, now we are on the right tank, and that's because I enabled the auto tank switch. Now this little evolution device here, you can actually set up your modes here. So if I click here, you can change your heading here, and then you can change here to your altitude. We don't want to go crazy with that though. Okay. And then you can change your baro as well. You can change your minimus. You can change your, then you can click here, and that will mess up our autopilot. So you can switch from nav mode to VOR to localizer. So a very useful device there as well. So we are approaching 4,000 feet now. I think I messed that up. So let me go back to vertical speed, and we're going to pitch down about 300 feet per minute. There we go. We don't need more. Look at the beautiful lighting here as we approach lens. Very, very nice. Not released yet. So where is the link? Just missed your new invention. Had to step out. No worries, Mike. It's not yet released, but it will be available at fsmonitor.io. That's the domain has been secured. I have finished writing the terms of use and the privacy policy. There are still a few things I need to do in the background, so some code cleanup and some documentation. I'm also working on the banners and the thumbnail for the video, for the release video. So there is a little bit of preparation that I still need to do before I can launch the site, but I promise all the channel members will have, before it is actually published on FS Monitor, it will be published on a staging URL, and that's when I will communicate with all the channel members to take a look, give me comments, what you would like to see more. For example, would you like to see more interaction on the news cards? Do you want to be able to go and, give it like a thumbs up, share it, things like that? The only thing I've added on the news cards is a bookmark feature, which you can use to bookmark your favorite news. Also, one of the things that you can, if you want, if you guys want, again, this is an MVP. It's a minimal viable product. So if you guys want, more things, more interactivity, maybe you want an AI assistant on the site that will, give you specific news on a specific aircraft, or, you can search for release dates. I mean, I don't know. It's again, when I developed this site, I developed it based on a problem that I had. And by the way, this is the foundational concept of the Q8 Pilot channel. This is exactly how I started the Q8 Pilot channel. I used to run into issues, and then I solve them, and I say, hey, I'm sure a lot of people have the same problem, so let me, fix it for them. Let me help them, with this problem, since I've had the issue. I'm sure many others have had the same problem, and so I started posting videos, and that's how I came into existence. How the channel started about 11 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long, guys. I can see the runway ahead. It's right there. And let me tell you guys, the Apple Maps actually look a lot better than the Google Maps. Yeah, this is very, very nice. And with Sim Heaven, X-Plane is heaven. Yeah. I still don't understand how X-Plane 12 doesn't have a default stock PA-28, even though it's literally the most popular low-wing GA aircraft, especially for training. Yep, that would beat me. That would beat me. Okay. Look forward to it. Thank you. You're most welcome, Mike. Thank you very much for being here and for your support, my friend. So we are going to also be taking a look at the Black Square Caravan version 2 in the days to come. I just need to figure out an issue. And by the way, for those of you who were following me on my AI channel, Genovate, you probably have noticed that I haven't published anything there for a while. And the reason is I actually started something completely different, which is the same concept, the AI concept or Genovate, but it's an Arab-speaking channel. So I figured after extensive research that the market, the English-speaking channels are just too many, and the market is saturated. And I felt that I probably can't offer much value with, all these channels, publishing content. And so I decided that it probably would be best that I start something that is a little bit more niche. So that's exactly what I've done. So we're going to click here on approach, and we can switch. I don't think we need to switch to, let me go back. CDI VOR. Okay, so let's see if that works. Okay, looks like it's working. We do need to change the course, and the course is 082. All right, so no. Okay, let's see. All right, 08. I think it did it. All right, there we go. So it has captured the, there we go, that's the runway. And so we're aligned with the runway, and things are looking good. Okay, so let's go quickly here to our checklist, and we're gonna go to the descent, power approach and landing. Fuel selector is on the fullest tank, fuel pump is on, and the mixture is set. Flaps set 120 max, trim to 75 knots, final approach speed 66, and flaps 40. Okay, so we need to start slowing the aircraft down, so let's do that. And we can see the runway in sight. Beautiful approach here. I wonder if we can actually remove this tablet. I know we can move it. There, you can move it. But maybe, yeah. All right, let's remove it for our approach. Looks really, really good. All right, for the approach, we're going to bring back the engine sounds. because it's just nicer. All right, there we go. We are approximately, let's see, 2.5. Yeah, we're looking okay. Too low. Sorry, we're high. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the autopilot now and hand fly the aircraft. So autopilot off. And we're going to hand fly the aircraft for the rest of the approach. It's a lot funner to actually hand fly the aircraft. So that's what we'll do. We want to trim down the speed to 75 knots. Adjust my view. Much better that way. We're definitely a bit too high, but we have plenty of time to adjust. So I'm not worried there. Looking good. And we can go to first degree flaps. You can see the lights in the distance. Looks really, really good. X-plane is truly looking amazing. Right, we have a beautiful day here in Linz, at Linz Airport. Very nice. The weather is calm. And X-plane is looking fantastic, guys. Real joy to hand fly this aircraft, guys. So if you're looking for a GA and you're kind of fed up with what you have, definitely a nice aircraft to have in your hangar. Right, and we're going to go to the second degree of flaps. Looking good. I do see one red, so we're just a tad too high. And the winds are calm, so we just need to make a few corrections. I love the visual aids on the synthetic vision. There, it looks really good and very, very helpful. All right, we're going to ease off there on the speed. We have 2 whites, 2 reds. We're looking good. And we got a train there right below us. Wow, look at this approach, guys. So nice. Okay. And flaps are full. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Linz Airport in Austria. That was a really fun flight, a very nice approach, very capable aircrafts, incredible fun to fly, a real joy to hand fly. As we made this final approach here, it was the best part of the flight. You know, the takeoff and the landing, where I got to hand fly the aircraft. It was real fun. So let's head over to the taxiway Bravo here. Okay, and we actually left the strobes off, but that's okay. Very nice aircraft. Let's take a look at our landing real quick here before we proceed any further. There we go. And I think right here is fine. There we go. Let me remove this from the view. That's us right there. Very nice looking aircraft. Tower view not very good. Wow, X-Plane is looking great, guys. Do it one more time. Oops, what did I do? Alright, let's do it here. That's good enough. And there you have it. I'll try both of them out and see if they fit. Looks good in any case. Alright, I was trying to read your messages there. Looks like there's a military part of the airport. Look at the lights, guys. I really can't get over how beautiful the night lighting is in X-Plane now. Well, anyway, we'll bring the aircraft to a stop here. Okay. Parking brake is set. And we're going to turn off the avionics. We're going to turn off the lights, which they are already turned off. And we can bring the mixture back. And that kills the aircraft. And then we can turn off the magnetos and fuel pump and battery master. You can also come here and click there to power. Where is the menu? I'm not sure where the power off button is, but it's somewhere there. It should turn off in a little while. So normally when you turn off, it takes a little bit of time. We need to turn off the emergency battery. So now everything is off and the aircraft is back to cold and dark. We can bring up the electronic flight bag and we can go to the aircraft option and we can open the cabin door and then we open the baggage door. And let's see, left, right, nose chock, left, right, wheel fairing, and that is it. And now if we go to the outside, we'll see that the doors are open, the tie downs are in place, and we have also the chocks. Very, very nice aircrafts by JustFlight in collaboration with Thranda. My concluding remarks on this aircraft is that it's without a doubt one of the better general aviation aircraft available today for X-plane. It has beautiful texturing in and out. The handling, the flight model, and the handling of the aircraft is really very joyful. Very nice aircraft to fly, quite fun, very predictable aircraft, quite powerful engines as well. So for your takeoff, for your climb, very more than capable aircraft. It makes for a very enjoyable general aviation aircraft. If you're thinking of obtaining a general aviation aircraft for X-plane, this is definitely one that I would recommend. Well, I want to thank you very much, guys, for being with me this evening. Stay tuned for more information on FS Monitor. It will be coming very soon. And again, as I've said, the channel members will have the first look access to the site, where I will then collect all your feedback and integrate it into the site, maybe in phases after its initial release. Again, I want to thank you very much, guys, for being here. I'm sorry that I sound a little bit low today. I'm not in the best of. I just feel a little bit down overall, but nothing too serious. But I do apologize if it came out this way. This is a really fun aircraft to fly, and I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and have a lovely day.